meet you.
Please.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? So cool.
We
It's been
haven't
a
made a
while.
video together for ages.
Many ages. It's
1 year?
been more. I don't know. It's been a
I really don't
long
know
while.
when.
Well, only the pyramid traveling. I mean,
Yes.
we were kind of together.
The vlogs.
Yes.
We are there together. But now we just have to be together. Because it's a two-flame video with some questions around. Actually, these are questions that have been asked directly to us, and we've been seeing them around as well by many people, and we just thought we put our opinion.
There's many things that people ask, and they make a mistake between the coincidence of the universe and the twin flame. Like, just because it's twin flame doesn't mean that everything has to be like tac 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 tac. The universe is a chaos organized by you. Okay, you are the organizer. You can be chaotic as well. So what we're gonna say is it's gonna be like this now. We're gonna talk about all these things.
We're gonna talk about chaos. Okay, but honestly, like, do twin flames have the same DNA? Where are you from?
From Portugal, and I have an African father and European mother. So
And where's your great grandmother from?
yeah, she's Malku, not Malku. Oh my gosh, I'm already
Speaking
Bulgarian.
Bulgarian.
She's a little bit Indian.
Right, entirely Indian.
Entirely Indian. I say it a little bit because she's so far away, like great grandmother of my father, whatever, that until it reaches me, it's already less.
Yeah.
And yesterday, you said that I look, I don't know, you said like I look good or whatever, but I look at the mirror and I looked a little bit
Asian.
Asian.
Yes, many people actually say that you have Asian things inside.
And her parents, at least your father, you can tell he's a little bit like
Yeah,
this.
my father's a little bit.
Her sister is also like this. So it's like this.
But I am absolutely Bulgarian, at least as far as I know. The fact is that from both sides, the families of my parents, like a few generations back, they start from a being that didn't have parents. I mean, the person didn't know their parents, so we cannot track it that far back, unfortunately, neither from my mother's side, neither from my dad's side. But I am Bulgarian, that's
The point is that there's two answers for this DNA thing. It's not possible that we have the same DNA because we have to come with different, totally different personalities and meaning, DNA, everything, so that we can match. Because we have to be opposite. Now, we can have similarities like Indian DNA, a little bit Indian DNA. I think they can have a little bit like this, the Asians. I'm not sure.
There's actually some people say that Indians and Bulgarians were actually one in the ancient time, like the one come from the other. So, you know, if we track it this way, maybe we have something common.
I even heard one or two words they say, the Indians, which is very close to Bulgarian. It was something like taka or something like this. I heard.
Yes, some slangish.
What is the
Well,
second part?
I actually want to say something about the DNA. I think the misperception here comes from the fact that we all have the same energy DNA. Just like if you watch the video We Are God, you will understand what I'm speaking about. We are all the cells of one body, and some of us are more closely related, some of us are more further related, and we are actually playing the same things here on earth in material form, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be one to one. So with your twin flame, that you are more closely DNA energetically related, don't expect to have the same physical DNA, because on earthly matter, this is actually absurd.
It's like saying that your twin flame has to be your own brother and sister. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you understand the point. The only thing that you're going to be super similar is going to be the fact that you come from the same energy
Seed.
and same seed. We have each individual seed, and this being comes from your own seed. That's amazing.
Yes. And
I wanted not to laugh, but I don't know why. But when we make together, we cannot be serious.
here comes the next question, like, do twin flames have to look alike?
Look at me.
Do we look alike? We are even like totally different on height.
Look
And
at this. Look.
when we make videos, we have so much issues
We're not
together.
gonna show here because there's a lot of things going around.
He has
It's
to
just
step
leaves.
back,
There's no stuff.
like to be behind my back almost.
If we are on the same height, basically I have to come here. Look how tall I am and how
this.
small. It's totally different.
Yeah, I am 152 centimeters.
Yes.
And
I'm
you are-
178, but they put me on the ID card 180. I don't know why. But
Okay, 180-ish, like kind of.
I was planning to come to Earth a little bit taller, but then I said no, we cannot.
Oh baby, I saw you because I always knew the being that is going to match me perfectly, that he's tall and that he's gonna have brown eyes. This I always knew since a child. I don't know.
And I was always the most intrigued by green eyes, and she has a slightly, I don't know, you have
Like-
a mixture, it changes,
Yes.
but now it's green. And it's beautiful.
So that's pretty much related with the same DNA thing. It's the same applies for, do we have to physically look alike? You would rather expect to be more different, like the one to be, even with us, I'm with more white skin, Andre has a more tan skin and stuff like this. Like,
I'm more hyperthyroid. I mean, it's not right. I'm suffering from it. I'm okay. She's also recovering from hypo. So, okay, that's where it starts.
hypo.
That's where it starts also the twin flame controversial opposites. So it's like this. I mean, it's
Yes.
not controversial, it's familiar.
So we've spoken about it many times, but you should expect to be very different, but at the same time to have very similar perception about things.
Yes. We twin flames can have sometime, not some, it's not like sometimes it will happen here and there. More like it will definitely have some things that are very much the same. I think we do this in order to have some connection with each other, not to be all apart. Like
Yeah.
the writing, she writes exactly like
yes,
me.
almost the same way.
I mean, I never seen anyone writing like me, and I'm like,
Neither me.
whoa, who is this?
I'm going to give you a very good example about this so you understand. So, in most of our cases, I speak at home about spirituality and Andrew speaks about food. But
Chemistry as well.
yes, you know, that type of things.
DMT.
in different, yes. But it doesn't mean that he doesn't have the same perception like me about spirituality. And I don't have the same perception like him about food and this material stuff. We actually have exactly the same perceptions on both topics, but my preference is just to speak about this and his preference is to speak about that.
If I speak more food in some days, for instance, she will have to speak by instinct more spirituality just to balance the things up. And if she does the same, I will do the same. I mean, this was more pronounced before, but now over the years we kind of stabilize. We do a little bit both.
Yes.
We cannot change the. Just put here. Sorry, Blue. It's okay. I already put
It's okay.
Uh,
I need to put it on my hair.
we have guests. I mean, it's family, and we
Yes.
are working together. It's very cool. So next thing.
Next question is, do your, I think it was birthdays, have to sum up to the number 11? And generally, the meaning of number 11 about twin flames. I'm taking you an interview.
I mean, if I don't have to think, I don't really vibrate with it, but if we match to 11, good.
We don't.
That's my physical answer.
We match up to 15.
And 1 plus 5, 6, so it's okay. Hey, very cool. 6. Because my number is 9.
9.
My number is 9, she's 6, so if you flip the 6, it becomes 9 again, and it's very cool. It's like, it's always us. But anyways, going to the 11, I don't really feel it from the beginning. I don't even like to see repetitive numbers all the time. It's okay for some people, but I mean,
Actually,
what can you do with it?
my opinion about synchronicities is like this. I spoken in another video about synchronicity specifically. If you believe in something that it will give you a sign for this and that, that's how your higher self and Kundalini are going to communicate with you.
Exactly.
For example, I was just giving an example the other day to another being that I was speaking with. So if I believe that if a black cat passes in front of me, something bad is going to happen to me, then that's going to mean if this happens. But if I believe that if a red cat, because it's more rare, a red cat,
it will appear. Someone's gonna paint
if a
it.
red cat passes like in front of me and something bad is going to happen, then the universe is gonna send me a red cat, right? If they want to warn me about stuff.
Yeah, warning, yeah.
Yeah, so it's all about what you believe in. If you believe that this synchronicity will mean something, then that's what it will mean indeed for yourself. And regarding the number 11 in terms of twin flames, I don't see anything special about it. I know that it's been the 11 thing, that is just all of it once. And it's very lovely, it's very nice, but what's wrong with the 12-12, for example? I like the number 13, for instance.
Ah,
and,
yes.
I would be more happy to see 13-13. It would mean something more, for me, rather than the 11.
What's wrong with the number 1 million? No, but the point is that the universe is your mind, and the earth is a copy-paste of the universe in the physical form. And if you believe in whatever, you're using the belief comes from the mind. So the universe is very smart, so smart that it will talk to you, express itself through you by using your own mind. So that's how it works.
Yes.
So
exactly.
if you are a little bit crazy, it will talk to you crazy. If you are smart, it will speak to you in a smart way.
We all have our craziness.
We are all crazy anyways. So what is the next? Oh.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember anything else right now. But generally, from how we answer these questions, you can judge for yourself. Just try to stay more grounded. And all these things are just to make you use the mind. Twin flame relationship is not about using the mind. It's about using the heart. It's about using the intuition. It's actually about using the mind, but it's a totally different part of the mind, which is the reasonable part of the mind.
Exactly.
And all these things, they're not stimulating the reasonable part of the mind. They are stimulating the anxious part of the mind. That is detaching you from earth. It's detaching you from the truth. And it's very, almost like fairy-like to believe in all these things. It's very beautiful, it's very lovely, but let's be honest, it's not grounded. It's not realistic. And actually all these things are separating you even more from your twin flame.
Basically, the more you use the mind, the more you're going to just get interference, get more separated from your own self. We can see through technology, for example, you have to use the mind. You cannot give technology to animals, they don't know what to do with it because they don't use the mind. So the more you are away from your mind, I mean, we are not saying like to go back to the primates and just play with sticks. We are saying that
Go middle path.
yes, middle path, and plus we always, the mind is very cool, and we need it, especially in the morning. Afterwards, we need to be more relaxed. There's a meaning in all this as well. Plus,
Enjoy the sunset.
the brain is made out of, like, I don't know, something like 7 or 6 parts. The one is for focusing, the others for relaxing, the other is for imagination, the other is more feminine, the other is more masculine, logic. So you can play with it. I mean, you can be creative. Creativity, it's amazing stuff, but that's an amazing way to use the mind. You can be creative, for example. You don't need
Yes.
to think like a scientist.
You
Just-
said something very, very nice. We
I-
actually have to stimulate all parts of the brain, not just
Exactly.
one specific area.
I even think, because the circadian rhythm of the Chinese clock that they have in the morning is the best to use the mind. I think they are saying the more focusing part of the brain is in the morning. The more imaginative part of the brain is further
And we are making this video at sunset.
at sunset.
What's
Hello?
wrong with us? Hello?
Not, it's amazing. We are very good.
Yeah,
So are
actually
you?
it's good because we are not using the mind so much
Yes.
now. We
I
are
just
more
want
on the
to
heart.
make a very tiny disclaimer, like 5-10 seconds, that we are not gurus, okay? We are like friends expressing ourselves through you because we are the same being.
You're
but-
such a beautiful being.
I'll show you too. And I just wanted to say, don't feel neither that you are the best, I mean, meaning that better than anyone else, neither you feel like crap, because when you wake up in the morning, like the first minute that you wake up, focus on your heart, and you will see that answers that you wanted so bad to come, they will come, and also your whole well-being will be in the first minute. This means that you are actually this person right now. You're not a being that is like lost or anything. There's nothing wrong with you. You're good.
I'm tiptoeing.
If I do as well,
No, so that they can hear it better because the microphone is here.
I think they will listen to me very well. My voice turns like this. Cookie, I think that's it.
Yes, we're closing
very
the topic
nice
here. If you
to
have any questions on what,
Drop us down below.
yes, ping
and
ping.
give us an amazing hello there, and like the video, subscribe for more. We are posting very regularly. I'm not gonna say every day, but as much frequent as
Yes,
possible.
we are trying
And
to be present.
next videos we're gonna try to be together. If we can, we can. If we cannot, we cannot. So kisses, hugs, and see you in the next video.